Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Terrane Hicks. We're going to be talking about the veil has thin and also the hidden truth behind Halloween magic. Ooh, Halloween is tomorrow. So, what do you think? Like, what's the best type of magic to do when the veil is thin?
When the veil is thin,
Mm-hmm.
all magic.
All
But
magic.
I'm gonna say all magic, but like if I was specific, anything dealing with the dead, ancestors, necromancy, anything ghost,
Mm-hmm.
um, anything dealing with any sort of spirit activity is, because the veil is thin. We are now basically we're like in the spirit world.
Basically.
Right.
So it's like when the two worlds kind of merge for that 1 to 2 days, maybe 3 days at the most, like, Dia de los Muertos, All Saints Day, and then Halloween. It's kind of like we're crossing over, almost like what, like an eclipse?
Like an eclipse, yes. So it's interesting because the sun is in its dying arc
Mm-hmm.
now, and that's one of the things that creates the liminal point for the veil to be thin.
Mm-hmm. And I know people have been seeing some stuff or experiencing some stuff. Um, a lot of people do like ancestor altars this time of year, visit cemeteries, communicate with the dead, necromancy. So, honoring of those that have passed. So, I mean, I'm wearing my MJ shirt.
Mhm.
So,
So our senses towards the invisible sharpens,
mhm,
and innately, a lot of us will intuitively set up our ancestor altar around this time. Some of us will utilize the season to know that it's time to get into this work. And some of us, without even knowing it, will tap more into like ancestor connection. And
mhm,
this will happen every year around this time.
mhm. That's so true. Because, like, as we like, I started getting a bunch of like spiritual insight and just dots connecting, like in the last 2 days. Like, I just like ideas started coming in my head, just like so freely, so easily, profound thoughts. And I know that's because the veil is thinning and like it's just getting to that time of year where people are more focused and spiritual and things like that. So that's what I've been kind of doing, like just getting a bunch of thoughts, and that could also be like all the energies and spirits that are now into this realm because the veil is thin.
Yeah, I get visited by a lot of witches in my dreams. And one of the things that I paid attention to recently is um I'll stumble upon a lot of witchcraft in my algorithm in social media.
Hmm.
But I don't believe that it's because I'm searching for witchcraft. I believe it's something dealing with my electromagnetic frequency.
Hmm.
So I noticed that very noticeable.
Hmm. Yep. And I think people also like this time of year, they're more in tuned with everything and they're not so afraid of everything. And so a lot of that fear goes away just for this time of year, and people can kind of open up and explore more, which is a good thing because it's not so like, taboo or scary because this is the time of year for that. Um, so I'm glad that people are doing that and, more open minded now.
Yeah, so as you know, I got a spiritual shop, a botanica,
Hmm.
and business picks up around this year like crazy.
Hmm.
People can feel something.
Hmm.
So, that's been consistent since, the ancient Celtic days. And even the topic of the veil thinning that comes out of the ancient mystery schools.
Hmm.
So this it's a very consistent topic around this time. And one of the things about why I wanted to talk about this is because it's very applicable if you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot of people are doing like the ghost hunting,
yeah.
spirit contact.
I also noticed that around this time, my magic hits the strongest.
Mhm.
So I'll be knocking spells out the box around this time. So that's why I said all magic is good to do around this time.
Yep. Same for me. Same for me. So, like, if y'all are gonna do spells, yeah, now is the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time.
Now is the time.
And also, it's like, honestly, if you have loved ones that have passed away that favored you, this is also the time to kind of communicate and get lots of favor on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
This is yeah, that's true. Also, this is one of the best times to try to influence an ancestral dream.
Mm-hmm.
The chances are so much higher if you go for that around this time of year, around now.
Yeah. You just put like offerings for the ancestors on an altar, burn you some mugwort so you could get into that dream stage and like bring in the energies. Set out their favorite drinks and snacks and light candles for their energy and go to sleep and think about good memories that you used to have, or if the person has passed, or just kind of think about something that you want to be revealed to you through the ancestors. Definitely.
Yeah. Your chances of you seeing your ancestors and being able to hang out with them for a moment very high during this time.
Yeah, play that old music.
Yeah. The music that they like, put their favorite alcohol right on the altar. And if any of you go for it and accomplish it, it's a very cathartic ritual because you get to spend time with a loved one.
And it's more meaningful, and you can feel the connection too, especially if if you know that person's energy, you'll be able to tell when they're coming in. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a feeling and a frequency that you can feel them come in. So, but if it's just some ancestor that you may have never met, let's say, you can feel the energy still, but it's not going to be as personal, but more like just a presence. So. That's how.
Yep.
And like money rituals are good this time of year. So do them.
Man, it's so crazy because I think from like a week ago, I've been doing money rituals for people and they've been hitting like the same day because the magic is so high, right? We are in the energy of what a lot of the times they call the spirit realm, right? And in Congolese science, they call it the Kalunga.
Kalunga. So a lot of cultures this time of year, naturally honor the ancestors anyway. So that's not even a big deal. For some cultures, it's only a certain time of year. For some cultures, it's all times of year. So I like to honor them the most this time of year, but also the rest of the year too. But this time of year is when they're the most powerful, when they come through the most, and when you can get the most favor and connect the strongest. So that's why I'm saying, like, this is the best time to do all your spell work, put out all your offerings, do all your necromancy, do all your spell work, do everything, and then you're set for the rest of the year and beyond.
That is such a good tip. I also realized that divination powers very good during this time. And this is the greatest time to learn any sort of divination,
Mm-hmm.
to like take a class on tarot. Any of that is this is the prime time for that. So would you say that this is the prime time for magic? That's what I believe.
Yeah, magic, learning magic, teaching magic, doing divination, learning new stuff or revisiting old stuff and just getting back into it. You know what I'm saying? Because it is that time of year where people are settling down, getting cozy, getting in there. So this is a good time to practice your magic and also learn something new. So, you have you have a lot of stuff to kind of, put together in order to make yourself more powerful, for the next year. So this is the time to do it.
So, so during this time of year, the sorcerers and the witches turn inward to develop their supernatural powers.
Yes. Or revisit some and redevelop them if they haven't been practicing as much, you know?
Mhm.
Because some people, like, they kind of fall off a little bit. And instead of learning something new, they need to go back to something that they were, kind of good at, but they kind of let go. It's time to bring it back and like make it more powerful. Because like I remember I used like I got to revisit my tarot reading because I used to be able to just bam, bam, bam. And so if you don't practice, you can if you're not going to be as good. So I was practice.
It's just also the greatest time to visit the cemetery.
I just came back from the
Oh my
cemetery.
God. All the activity
Yeah.
and all of the things you'll see. Um, the cemetery can be so peaceful.
Hmm.
And you can learn so much, there's so much wisdom to learn from the spirits in the cemetery.
Hmm.
And right now, they are all active,
Yep.
right? And full of wisdom and experiences and stuff like that. So anybody who has that pull to go to the cemetery, it's a great time to do it tonight, tomorrow, all up until November 2nd, really.
Hmm. If you can get to an old cemetery, even better, because that's the more energy, the more ancient energy, the older the energy, the richer the energy. Like you can get to a cemetery where there's lots of old graves and lots of rich graves, and get
Yeah,
you
so
some.
I noticed that one time.
Hmm.
I went to like a regular cemetery one time. I didn't like the energy that followed me. And then that same day, I went to a super wealthy cemetery and the frequency was so much different.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And inside that wealthy cemetery, some of the spirits taught me some of the secrets of death. I thought that was pretty cool. And
Hmm.
maybe because those spirits were a lot more comfortable,
Hmm.
like with the mausoleums and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Some of those spirits are just chilling.
Hmm. That's true. And a lot of the headstones in the expensive cemeteries and the mausoleum, they're made out of marble and granite and crystals versus concrete in a broke cemetery. So
Yeah.
you're going to get higher frequency naturally. You got to get to the nice area and the rich cemeteries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is such a thing.
And you,
So, listen, wealth carries you in your death. The Egyptians clearly knew about that. That's why a lot of the pharaohs were buried with their wealth, with their gold and all of that. Because, yes, get that bag now because you don't want to be a broke spirit. It, it's you'll have a tough time,
Mhm.
But the wealthy cemeteries, um, and I was there for hours. I was in a broke cemetery for like 30 minutes and I had to get out of there.
No. Yeah, you can't be around them broke spirits either.
Mm, yeah.
No, but it's true. It's not funny, but it's true because like if you're in a rich cemetery, you got that rich energy, you got the granite, you have like the well watered, well lawn taken care of lawn. It's higher frequency, um, less stress, less worry, more knowledge, more energy, more wealth. So all the energies that are going in and out of there is, they have wealth, not knowledge of wealth. They have, peace, comfort. And so the energy is not as chaotic, but more knowledgeable and, stress free and,
And some of those people that have passed on in the wealthy cemeteries are still taken care of with their estate and their wealth, their loved ones, and their loved ones are still coming back to give their offerings and venerate them. So it's
Mhm.
a completely different world, and you gotta observe it. So
Yep.
I definitely suggest everybody go to a wealthy cemetery. The scenery, the groundskeepers are a lot more consistent. It's a beautiful energy to observe.
Mhm. If you get to also a historic cemetery, that's also different because you're gonna get like some like it's different. It's different than the wealthy and it's different than the poor cemetery. Like the historical cemetery is more like you're getting like some downloads, like past, present, future type stuff.
It's so interesting you say that. I went to a historic cemetery on Halloween like 7 years ago,
Mhm.
and this Mason was talking to me. He told me his name, and as I was walking out the cemetery, I saw his headstone, and that was so cool. That was so cool. Yeah, it was a historic cemetery.
Really, I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
to me a couple times, but it was with a ghost app on the phone.
Okay.
So I used to, I used to have a ghost app on my phone and it would just pick up random words, like just and then words would just appear. And a lot of times that when you're going to a cemetery, you could pick up on a lot of energy on those ghost apps and like a lot of information. So I don't know if you ever tried it.
Yeah, I tried the ghost apps.
I got some weird stuff on mine. So you think this time of year, like people going on those haunted tours, what do you think people need to be aware of when they're going on them haunted like tours or cemetery tours? I know a lot of people going to New Orleans or going to like them haunted tours in their local cities. What could be something that they can look out for or use or do in order to gain the most, out of it magically?
Dang, that's a good question. Um, well, for one, if it's a haunted tour, there's an element there that is absolutely 100% real.
Hmm.
It ain't that fake because of the nature of the energy that is being brought out.
Hmm.
So going on a haunted tour, the first thing what one should know is that they are doing a ritual. And if you plan on going on a haunted tour, set the tone of the day.
Hmm.
And based on the location of that tour, find out the energy of that tour. Like if there really supernatural phenomenon there. Because that supernatural phenomenon is going to be associated with that tour in some fashion or form, whether the people that work there know it or not.
Hmm.
And that could be utilized towards a ritual. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different ways to manipulate that. Like one, for example, like if it's a haunted tour where there were real people that died somewhere and those spirits were there. Um, if it was but anywhere by water, if there was any sort of drowning, water is associated with wealth, right? Water is also associated with the dream world. Water is also associated with emotional healing and emotions. Water can also be associated with sexuality. So you can you can concoct some sort of ritual. You know what I'm saying? Another thing with haunted tours is if it's a real haunted tour, those spirits, they are gaining something just by you recognizing that they exist. And you can come and give some sort of blessing or offering, even
Hmm.
if it's like mental. and you're just blessing the spirits there in good energy and peace, that is very beneficial to those energies, and they will look at you as allies,
Mm-hmm.
and they can look out for you in ways that you can't even imagine, just because you took time to bless them.
Mm-hmm. That is so true because like I I visit a lot of cemeteries now and back then as well. And I always feel like that. I always feel like it's very beneficial to me. So, and it's just something that I like to do. So I think it's very beneficial to me, of course. And I always see really good results whenever I visit a cemetery. So definitely true.
Yeah, I think like my coven and we want to go to Gettysburg. We want to go to like one of the real, very haunted, in some cases dangerous
Hmm.
uh hauntings, and we want to do some work to attempt to clear some of those spirits. So
Hmm.
anybody who has like the energetic of a healer or a priest, I implore y'all to go for that,
Hmm.
because that's a real thing. You know, those energies need people like us to free them.
Yep, I agree. I think on this channel, like years and years ago, I had a little story like that, but it was with like just not, I mean, like a spirit that followed us back from the cemetery. And we kind of like freed it and said, okay, you're free to go, you've passed on, da da da, blah 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 blah, So we did our little thing, and it went in peace, because sometimes people don't know that they're gone. It was like a child spirit. It was like, because kids don't know sometimes. And there was like we went to like one of the cemeteries with the mausoleum, and there was a little mausoleum with toys all over it, and we knew that was a little baby, or not, or a child. And so like some of that energy followed us back, and we had to remind it, you're done, you go on to the next, da, da, da. And a lot of times they will follow you back from the cemetery. There's some rituals that you can do so they don't follow you back,
Hmm.
but sometimes they do. Sometimes the harmless ones do, but that's because they don't know what that they're dead sometimes.
Right. You know, a lot of them don't know that they're dead. A lot of them died in trauma that
Hmm.
they can't shake because it was just that traumatic.
Hmm.
And going to the cemetery to take time to honor the spirits, give offerings, and if you're a priest of some sort, freeing them is in some cases even more uh, honorable than giving back to the homeless, because each and every one of us, if we was in that position, we would want someone to
Hmm.
notice us and
Hmm.
free us, or give us the necessary energy or offering or instruction to move on to the next place. So,
Hmm.
not forgetting the dead is a very good karmic thing, and it will add to your wealth.
Hmm.
It
And
will absolutely add to your wealth.
so true. And when it's your time to go, you'll have more welcoming energies to, help you adjust,
Yeah,
because you are so in tuned and you are so like involved
yeah,
that like they already know.
right. Yeah,
Some
yeah.
things
When it's your time to go, you will not be forgotten, because that energy has to come back to you.
Mhm.
Right. So, remembering the forgotten, so there are a lot of souls trapped in the cemetery.
Yeah.
And occasionally there's a priest that comes through to free a good portion of them, but they can't free all of them.
Mhm. Okay,
So,
so what do you
yeah.
think about people that are cremated? What can we do with their ashes around this time of year? If people have been cremated, it's not the same type of energy as a grave. But what do you think?
What would I do with the ashes? Okay. So in African spirituality, we have pots with soil, and there's certain things that we put in that. And that is where that spirit or entity or person lives with us. And we can interact with them through the soil. The ashes in the urn serve the same purpose. So ashes are even better as far as access. I'll put the ashes on the altar, and it's like it's an even more direct communication. For anyone cremated, you have the DNA, and it is a lot better than being buried. So them ashes can be put in a pot, and the process of honoring that spirit is a lot more direct, and a lot more ancient.
You know what? I made this spiritual incense with the spiritual incense powder with herbs and sprinkle some of them ashes in there. And when you light it, you're gonna contact that spirit.
Yeah.
So you can make spiritual incense with it. You can plant a plant and sprinkle the ashes in the plant and grow the energy back into
Yep. That's the thing.
And if you can, when the veil is thin, you're gonna get the best results.
I think they were like planting the ashes, growing the plant, and then they were able to
like on How High?
Yeah. But I think now they have a technology where you can hear the electromagnetic frequency of the plant, and you could talk back and forth to the plant. And then in the future, they're trying to mix that with AI so you can actually talk back to that spirit and have a conversation.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it within the next 10 years, like we'll be able to talk to like Walt Disney and ask a business question and stuff like that. But that's all stemming from ancient African science. Because that's the things that we did with ashes and soil to recontact the spirit. There are uncontacted tribes where they still have the elders and council meetings, the elders that are far gone, because they preserve their ashes and they sit them in like a council circle. So cremation, I'm all for that.
You know, they're making diamonds out of ashes now too.
Right.
So people are sprinkling it in their food and eating it too. But there's all kind of stuff crazy people are doing with ashes. But you know what we can do with them is definitely, like I said, plant.
I think you can plant plants and also I think trees. So like if you got property and land, you can plant your ancestors as trees.
Of course.
And you don't got to use all the ashes.
And you know, I think also when people get cremated, their energy is freed faster.
Yeah.
And more aware of the other side faster than the people that are still, you know, buried. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, being a initiated priest, I can tell you it is the worst thing to get buried. It is the best thing to get cremated. And it's so much work sometimes that goes into freeing trapped people that are trapped in the cemetery. So you die, you go to the cemetery, which is a realm, and
necropolis.
Yeah, and you can get out of that realm, but it's all circumstantial on to certain things. Some people can get out of that realm right away. Some people got to wait 100 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's better to just get free.
That's true. The ancient Egyptians had a different process though, which is why they were able to get free a little bit faster because they would literally dehydrate the body, mummify the body in different steps, take the organs out, take all the essential gases and plasma out of the body, and they would free it that way chemically through alchemy. But in the modern day embalming process, they don't do that. They literally
Mm.
preserve everything, which is the
A-
opposite.
and then the sigils that they write inside of the tomb that direct the spirit where to go in the astrals.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then the the Book of the Dead, where it's a 200-page book that you read from right to left that is speaking on where to send the spirit. So it's like it's a giant incantation, a funeral rite,
Mhm.
so that those spirits can go to the other realm properly. But they
Yes.
don't, your Christian pastor does not know that magic.
And when they bury you in a casket, which is another word that they used to use for like jewelry box, you're a gem, you're in the ground, you are waiting to be discovered and dug up, you are of the earth. So it's literally the opposite of the way the Egyptians used to do it, with the instructions that would free you and take, um, take all the gases and things out of your body with chemicals and different, processes. It's the exact opposite with the embalming chemicals. So literally, and plus a lot of the times people don't know this and they give you your last rites at the funeral as they put you in the ground in a box, put
Mhm.
dirt. People are crying. And so it's like you're not like that's why I do definitely believe in cremation because it's a faster way to get free and move on to the next.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, we agree on that one.
Yep. Hi guys, belief decide why does the veil thin on Halloween? Is the veil thinning entirely belief based or why not? Is it belief based or is it scientific?
It's scientific.
Mm-hmm.
The
So
sun
go ahead.
enters its dying arch. That dying arch creates a liminal point. Liminal point is a doorway or a hallway or a vortex, an in between, and the planet takes advantage of that in between, where the spirit realm is very, very, very extremely thin, and then there'll be a point where that thinness will be at its apex, and that's October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when there is a open window for all of those spirits that we mentioned that are in the cemetery to play. This is their time to walk back on Earth
Mm-hmm.
for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
So
why everybody is dressing in different costumes, because these spirits take advantage of that open window, which is
mhm,
going to close shortly.
mhm,
So it is absolutely scientific.
mhm. That's true. So like it's like an overlapping and then a passing. And so you have to understand like the energy is just different. There's an energy shift that's very different and it's also a whole nother frequency. And if those who are like higher frequency can tap into that and feel it and understand it and communicate and get a bunch of downloads at the same time. If you are, yeah, go ahead.
So for the people that don't believe in Halloween, people who don't like Halloween and hate it, it's like wake up on Halloween, go outside. You don't even gotta observe one costume. You will feel air, the energy is different
Mhm,
every single Halloween. When I point this out to people, they agree and they're like, yeah, that's true. That's
mm,
the thin veil.
mhm. And also, um, eh, I think a lot of people celebrate it because acknowledging like it's just very good for your rest of the year. It's very good for your wallet and your purse. So that's why so many people started celebrating it en masse, because, you know, no one knows who their, like, I'm not gonna say no. A lot of people have forgotten their great 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 grandparents. They don't even know their names. You know what I'm saying? So to honor those who have passed, to kind of tap into, the thin veil, and to honor people that have died, it's also looking back and seeing where you come from, and seeing where all your, natural abilities and skills and talents also come from, and being thankful for it, and tapping into them can unlock, new skills and talents, which can bring you money as well. Because if you're reaching back, whether it's from rich cemetery, if you don't have ancestors with anything to offer, you can go find some different ones. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point there.
So it's a time to reach back and see what you can get, but also what you can give at the same time. You know what I mean? Recognition, remembrance. Like on that movie Coco. Do you ever see that?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
Where all those people were getting forgotten and no one will
Yeah.
put them up their offerings, and they
Yeah,
just
that's a
wanted.
real thing.
Mhm.
That is a real thing. And then part two, right?
Mhm.
It was all about if you if you if you were forgotten, that was like the worst thing.
Mhm. So that's why it's important to remember, even if you don't remember your ancestors, or you remember yours and some other people's, you're getting to get favor on the other side.
And it's important to remember just a little bit. It's better than forgetting, and that's what Coco teaches us.
Just a little bit.
The
That's
more you forget, the worse for them and for everyone, everyone.
mhm.
And the more you remember, the more aligned you have your whole bloodline.
Yes, because they'll remember you, they'll remember your offspring, they'll remember how you honored them, and then they'll look out, and they have little favors here and there. Um, okay. Bella says she's always been interested in the occult and witchcraft, but have a hard time because she don't know where to start. How can you use this energy to help get you past that? This is actually a good time to start learning about the occult, because you have a lot of ancestral energies that are here to teach. So, like, if you go to the cemetery, look for the symbols on the graves that are very occult like, and sit with that. Sit with that grave for a little while.
Necromancy is the master of occult teaching. So, for your question, this is the starting point. All of the great occult masters, a lot of them started here, right? And from here, then everything else was a breeze. But the basis of occult magic is ancestor magic, ghosts, spirit worship, witchcraft, and that is all during this season. And the Super Bowl of this season is October 31st.
Mhm.
So it'll all come together. So you're on the right track.
Mhm. Okay, Reem says if her birthday is on Halloween, does that mean she got more access to downloads? Somebody more.
That's pretty deep. So if your birthday is on Halloween, you got to be careful of psychosis. You gotta make sure you don't. You're most tapped into the cemetery realm. You're most tapped into necromancy, and you gotta balance keeping your sanity, because you're more prone to hearing spirits and things like that. And yes, absolutely, it does mean you have more access to downloads of ghost-like things, spirit, necromancy, and all of that. These mediumship, what I'm saying, someone like yourself will be it'll be a lot easier for you to be a medium than the average person.
Mhm. I had a boss who owned a funeral home, and their birthday was on Halloween. They went into the mortuary business, which is interesting.
Yeah. Um. So you have an innate connection, and most of the things surrounded by cemeteries, funeral homes, or whatever, will be second nature to you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you definitely got a lot more access to downloads and secrets and all of that stuff.
Yeah, so use it.
Use it.
Use it. Use it. So I think a lot of people are getting excited because now they understand what the thinning of the veil is for, necromancy, how they can use this magic in this time of year, and use it for prosperity, gaining knowledge, getting downloads. If you're gonna do one thing tomorrow, even if it's during the day, go visit a cemetery or at least drive through a cemetery if you don't want to get out. But just go
I
there
like that.
and make a little trip over there because that's when
Yeah.
the rich ones.
Drive through. If you're a beginner, stay in your car and enjoy the energy. I would not go into the cemetery on October 31st with a super serious energy.
Yeah.
These energies that are there they are in enjoyment. They are active. They are taking advantage of the opportunity to not be forgotten.
Yeah. Just go
So
through thriller.
yeah. Play thrilling.
They
Yeah, I
might like
love that. I love that shirt too.
some people buried there know the thriller dance. Literally, that's because
Hey, like, have you ever? I noticed that there's a lot of spirits in the cemetery that tell a lot of jokes. They have interesting sense of humor.
Mhm.
Very interesting.
That's true. That's true. So like I never took it seriously because my past, but people take things so seriously, so scared, so stuff like all the time. It's like just relax, have fun. It is what it is. Nobody makes it out of here alive. Just go have fun, baby.
I
And
like
don't be
that.
a Mhm. You said, do you have any Rick, do you recommend where you can start learning about necromancy as a beginner? Like books you have, Egyptian Book of the Dead. She got Egyptian Book of the Dead. Um, what do you think? Do you have a good necromancy book recommendation besides Egyptian Book of the Dead?
Hmm. Um, I'm going to say the Necronomicon.
Necronomicon is a good one.
That can take you into what I like about the Necronomicon. They can take you into different cultures of necromancy if
hmm
you read it right.
hmm Religion has a lot of necromancy in it as well. If you want to start somewhere familiar.
That's true.
hmm
Because Catholicism is straight up necromancy.
Yeah, they work with the saints.
Yes. In a
hmm
very Africanized way,
hmm
by the way. Like I always thought like canonizing a saint was fascinating because this is a science of venerating a spirit and it works.
hmm
Where did they get that from is a question. But it takes like 100 years for them to go through with that procedure. But it's effective.
hmm
So
Have
I always thought that was fascinating.
Have you seen some of those priests and nuns that haven't decayed that they have in glass coffins in the
I saw
cathedral?
that. I saw that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the Jesuits
Yep.
and especially like the Vatican nuns and like that, they be praying for like 6 hours a day, 6 to 8 hours a day. So
Mhm,
all of that is sorcery at that point, and
mhm,
it's energy. Um, I'm not gonna front, at the highest levels of the Vatican, those are high-powered sorcerers.
Mhm. Yes. So Catholic Church is like super number one
Yeah,
necromancer.
they the top of the line.
Yep.
They're
So
and they're some of the top exorcists.
mhm.
To be clear, I'm talking about the Vatican. I'm not talking about
Mhm.
everywhere. I'm talking about the top of the Vatican. They're number one.
Mhm. Yep. Have you seen? Okay, I think I told you about this like a while ago, but there was a series, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, based on The Exorcist, like the movie The Exorcist. There was a series, and it only went to season one because they was dropping too much information, especially about the Vatican and the Catholic Church and necromancy and a bunch of stuff. They were
Mm.
picking up people's livers and cremating them and eating them in a meeting at this Catholic with a bunch of Catholic priests and bishops and stuff. They were literally eating the ashes of people. Okay.
Mm.
And they were, there was a lot of exorcisms and stuff involved. Like they literally cut that off at season one. But if you can find it somewhere, you'll see a lot of occult and necromancy stuff in there.
You remember the name of it?
The Exorcist,
The Exorcist?
the series.
You said they only went to season one.
Yeah, it's based on the movie The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Continuation of it or something, but it was in modern day. So it only went to season one and it was but it's still somewhere. The Exorcist, the series.
I met some exorcists from the Catholic Church that were Jesuits like 3 years ago, and they were the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
And we were speaking, we were like at a conference, and I'm not going front.
Here it is, 2016, two
Oh,
seasons.
so it's 2 seasons. Okay.
It's on. It has, I think, Gina Davis, and I think
Wow.
they have it on YouTube, and it's from Fox. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, All Saints Day, right after Halloween. It's a Catholic holiday.
So All Saints Day.
Mm-hmm.
Venerating human spirits at the levels of African spirituality. That is very impressive. I have to say that, because these saints, when someone is canonized as a saint, they then now have supernatural powers, and they are living forever.
And
The fact that a Western spiritual system has even figured out how to do that is impressive.
they just call it Santeria.
You said what?
That's Santeria.
Yes, Santeria. But the Western world to even figure that out is mind-blowing to me. Because in Santeria, there's so many secrets that are untapped.
Mm-hmm.
But the Roman Catholic Church has access to all of the secrets. And that's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Okay, India says she's in New Orleans, born and raised, and the end in the atmosphere is so strong right now. Okay. You'll be sure to write up some things and burn some candles. Okay, man, you in New Orleans? Oh,
Go ham.
go ham, yeah. Have fun.
Shoot. If I was in New Orleans right now, I'm at least gonna light 100 candles.
Yeah.
Hey, I did that. I forgot, like 2 months ago, the fire alarm went off.
Dang.
Yeah, but we did our magic for 5 minutes though.
Okay. Got too high. So you were about to say something when I accidentally interrupted you about when I was talking to you, when I was showing you the screen about, the Exorcist series. You was about to say something. I forgot.
I was just going to say how official those Jesuit priests were.
Mm-hmm.
They're very knowledgeable, and we were talking about very occult things
Mm-hmm.
that your average Catholic would not even want to engage that conversation. They wanted to keep going. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was cool.
Yeah. I believe some people convert to Catholicism because it's so close to the occult and magic and witchcraft. And it's also a way to study theology and also the occult and witchcraft all at the same time. And a way to also decode a lot of things and see how it relates to everything. That's why I said, if you're looking for a place to start in the occult and you have no idea, Catholicism is definitely a route to look at before like diving straight in, because it allows you a transition. Like if you're coming out of religion and trying to enter the occult, that's going to be your best way. And then you can start learning more and more and more and more, and you can see how it relates and connects so easily.
And I resonate with that.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I went to Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
And in Catholic school, we learned theology. And
Mm-hmm.
theology, we learned about a lot of different religions. And I was able to keep an open mind
Mm-hmm.
and it actually reinforced my occult mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whereas, like in other spiritual disciplines or whatever, it's like one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
It just opened me more up to everything else
Mm-hmm.
because everything else was taught to me without like a bias.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. And also, this time of year in Catholic churches, they have those candles you can light. You know, when you go in, you can light candles for your loved ones on any time of year. So, right when you walk into a Catholic church, that's necromancy.
Yeah. Yep. I went to St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York, and they have like a candle for all these saints. And I went in there and lit a candle for every saint.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, we had Mother Mary,
Mm-hmm.
lit something for her. And then we had the ability to light candles for our ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting because this is a Catholic church.
Yeah, but
So I went in there, and it's crazy because I went in there randomly, right? Because it's such a big church. I just walked in there. I didn't have nothing to do, and I completed that whole ritual. And I was like, yeah, that was magic.
Mhm. And if you go to a nice Catholic church, it's very like there's lots of artwork on the wall. There's stained glass windows that look like very magical. There's gold. There's like lots of energy in there, like wealthy energy.
So that's why I went in there
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like I was in a palace.
Mm-hmm.
So in my occult mind, I'm like, oh, I'm walking in here, and yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's one of the things that made me believe that being canonized as a saint was a big deal because like it was like 100 of us doing this for these saints. And then we was able to read what the saints' supernatural powers were, really.
Mm-hmm.
And this is veneration.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, that's Santeria.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am Essence says she just left the library with 25 books and she sees why we say balance is important and also the mundane. Yeah. You got to balance.
Yeah, so about the books.
Mhm.
There's a new book being written every second now because of Chat GPT. So be careful.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
there are so many books from like the 1800s, the 1700s that you can go get and purchase and download. Those are the real ones.
Mhm.
So if don't go to a bookstore or whatever, or on Amazon and you see a title and get turned out by the book because you'll get got like that. But look for the old books in the occult, and those old books have so much information you won't need to go on a shopping spree of books and waste your time. So be careful there.
True. Older the book, almost the better.
Yes.
So, and if it's written by a real person that have real, stuff.
Anything before 2012.
Mm-hmm.
2012 and up is New Ageism. And 2024 and up is Chat GPT spirituality.
You know, like literally, I have said jokes online that's probably a spell right now. Like people's like, how can I get my man to love me more? I'm like, okay, wait till there's a full moon, go twerk under it, and recite Mama Say, Mama Sa, Mama Kusa. That was a joke. But
That's in a book.
somewhere it's in a book. Now.
It's in a book somewhere.
Somewhere somebody, that was literally a joke. So be careful with the new stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to tell you, I have these tarot cards that are very rare, and they're saints, and they have like you can use them for spell work, you can use them for divination, you can use them for whatever. But I bought them probably on eBay or something, and they don't sell them no more in the store. But they're all the saints in a tarot deck, and they tell you what they're for, what the saints for, what they're magically for, and all this kind of stuff comes with a book. So I think those are good if you can find some. They still have some for sale, or maybe somebody can make a new deck, But a saint deck is a way to work with necromancy, the dead, saints, venerated saints, and get favor and do spell work and all of that. They have Orisha cards too. I have some of those as well.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's a rare deck?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm sure they have some new ones that have been made, but this one was an old one from a while ago. But I don't know the name. I think it's called the Saints deck, and it looks like it's real pale artwork. Like,
do you know how many decks you have?
I got decks that I haven't even opened.
Wow.
Because people used to send them to me, send them to me. And sometimes I would buy some, sometimes I would use them one time because I didn't like them. But I used to collect them because, I used to read cards, but I used to collect them just a lot of times for the artwork and the energy. Okay. So like there were lots of different types. So I would collect them for the energy as well as the artwork. And sometimes I would use them on special occasions, or like I have Halloween decks. I got, witch decks. I got saint decks. I got like different types of decks. So just if you want to tap into certain types of energy.
So have you used the Halloween deck on Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
How is that?
It's very, I don't know, like this. I don't know what this is, but it feels like this, like like creepy, but fun, like nostalgic, creepily fun, like mischievous. That's what I'm giving it, the mischievous energy when you work with the Halloween deck. That's what I got from it. but it gives off a mischievous energy, but a fun one.
That's deep. I
Uh-huh.
always thought it was something to going to a Halloween party on Halloween night. I know a lot of people like to do the week before. It's not the same. There's a whole energy there. So that's another tip that I would like to give to y'all is like, if you have a party to go to on Halloween night, there is magic you can absolutely tap into.
Mm-hmm. And it's on a weekend this year, so there should be lots of them.
Yeah, there are lots of them. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I remember when I was younger, I threw a Halloween party. Um, we lived downtown in a high rise, and we had the Halloween party on the roof. And there's a pool next to it. And we had a DJ and everything. So we were up in the sky, in the skyline, music. On Halloween, we had the actual party. It was fun.
Okay.
So if you can have a party, throw a party. Shoot, it's the weekend. More magic, more people.
Yeah, there's a lot of magic. Those parties can get very mischievous, but there's a lot of energy to conjure, to take, to absorb. Money magic all day. I noticed that there's a lot of sexual energy in the Halloween parties. Like the energy's there.
Because it's that Scorpio season as well.
Yeah. And that is a great concoction for money magic.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about dressing up as someone who is no longer with us versus just a typical costume of a witch or whatever? What do you think about that?
Dressing up as someone who is no longer with us, depending on your level of mediumship, you will definitely on Halloween. If you have some even decent medium powers, you will be at some level of embodiment,
Mm-hmm.
at least.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe dress up as someone, if you're gonna do that, you look up to.
Mm-hmm.
So you can experience some of that embodiment and carry that wisdom from the energy of the embodiment through the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. True, I believe that.
That'd be a great idea.
Mm-hmm. I've done that before. Okay, so Bella says she's going to the vampire ball. Can I do any magic there? Also, do you recommend for protection from bad energy? Vampire ball. Are you going to the one in New Orleans or just one in general? Okay.
Yeah, so
What you say?
vampire balls, depending on where you're going, you may encounter some real vampires that are in real vampire covens. So that's pretty cool. And as far as protection, I would say fortify your psychic energy, right? Make sure that you don't have any vulnerabilities that you're going in there with.
Mm-hmm.
Because vampires are very good at powering down your defenses if they feel like they want to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty cool. That's cool. But I would say the only thing I would say about going into a vampire ball, some people will actually be vampires, some people won't. Some people won't even know vampires exist. But you're gonna have at least a handful of people that are really tapped in with that energy. So know that you're going into an authentic environment.
True. I also have a suggestion. If you're going around vampires, go in as a vampire. Have vampire symbols on. You know what I mean? Vampire colors and vampire symbols on. And also be there to absorb.
Do not go in as a fairy.
Don't go in as a fairy?
Yeah, you be targeted.
Okay.
It's not like a bad thing. It's just innate, right? That vampires hunt fairies, right?
Mhm.
Because of the sweet blood. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in with too much allure because, like I said, it's not a bad thing because this is just nature of the energy. But certain energetics will get hunted
Mhm.
because this is it's like it reminds me of like we were talking about the pirate bars and how the
Mhm.
pirate bars get rowdy.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If you go into that environment in a vulnerability, then you will get targeted because that's the vulnerability.
Mhm.
But that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Going to a vampire ball, one of the things I think that you'll come out of with is that you will know that the energetic and the archetype of vampire is real, and that there are people that do practice the culture that are not on social media.
Mhm.
And you'll know that you'll see something supernatural that will prove to you that that energy is real and stuff like that. I love
Mhm.
in the occult.
If you wear certain things, that can also ground your energy from being taken, like a corset, a symbol of Lilith, because she's like vampire queen. Red and black. You already know some of this because it's like Pombagira, but also with vampires, same thing. So wear some of those types of things, and you should be all right.
And best thing Shira said, go in as a vampire,
Hmm.
right? So you're not prey. I'm one of y'all, and you'll have a great time.
Hmm.
You have a great time.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm ready for tomorrow. What about you?
You already know. Um, you already know. You listen. We doing a lot of magic tomorrow. You already know.
Hmm. I'm probably gonna be a vampire or a witch. So, or a vampire witch.
I we are doing. We're gonna do like 10 hours of rituals.
Okay.
Everything. We're gonna have a great time, and we're all gonna have our brooms.
Yeah, you told.
Yeah,
Y'all doing ritual.
yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. Are y'all going to record any video, or y'all just gonna keep it private?
We might record some of the setup.
Okay.
The nitty gritty, of course, we're gonna keep it private. But yeah, we'll record something just for theatrics' sake. But
Okay.
yeah, you know, every time that we do a ritual, we try to do something more elaborate and more intense. That's what we've been on. But
Mm-hmm.
Halloween, they call it the witches' holiday. So
Hmm.
this is our shebang. This is our Super Bowl.
Yes.
Very important time for us.
Hmm. Okay, Miss Princess says we gain an hour on Day of the Dead because of daylight savings time. That's true. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I like it when it gets dark earlier.
So I feel like nothing is a coincidence.
Hmm.
So we gain an hour on Day of the Dead. And I was talking about how the sun is in its dying arc during Halloween. This reinforces the idea that there is a thinning of the veil scientifically. Because what is the chances of that?
Hmm. Yeah, the daylight savings time is always around that time of year.
Right.
Okay, John Doe says party on Halloween. Is there anything to be careful of?
Um, it's so funny because I feel like going to a vampire's ball maybe a lot more dangerous than Halloween. You know what I'm saying? So, not necessarily anything to be careful of. Just know that the dead are here, right? They are walking with us. We are in the same realm together for 24 hours. So they're gonna be turned up. Your senses will be heightened though. So I don't feel like you gotta worry about caution because your senses will already be aligned with the unseen that you will see and be walking in cohabitation with the unseen for 24 hours. So I don't want to word it that there's anything to be careful of. But I would say dictate the energy or the moment. You know what I'm saying? So people who are not even aware of Halloween, that they want to go and be Michael Jackson for 24 hours. That's the thing that they roll on, and they accomplish that. And y'all should take the same action. So I don't want to say there's anything to be cautious of.
I think you got to be more cautious of the living.
Of the what? The living? I like that.
Yes. Be aware of the living.
Because who be wilding out on Halloween? Is it the dead or the living?
The living. Getting on my nerves. It says, is Halloween a good time to manifest?
Yes. Emphatically, yes.
Sprinkle, yes. Definitely the best time. Okay, Miss Princess lives in Vegas, and the banks close on Halloween, which is Nevada Day.
Nevada Day? I didn't know that there was a Nevada Day. Wow.
So, but you know what is interesting about Nevada? If you have a residence in the state of Nevada and your life has been threatened 2 times, you are legally able to present your case to fake your death.
What?
Yeah, look at it. So yeah, in the state of Nevada.
Nevada.
Quote unquote, that's where a lot of people had residence when they passed. You know what I'm saying? Just gonna put that out there. Sprinkle.
So what are you doing?
Well, I have daughters, so my youngest daughter is gonna dress up as Akasha for Halloween. Queen of the Damned. The character Aaliyah played in Queen of the Damned, the vampire. So I'll probably be a vampire witch too. And we're just gonna go hang out somewhere, look for a little Halloween, gathering or whatever. My other daughter is gonna be a cheerleader. So, we're just gonna go out and about and dress up in our costumes, and then probably when we get back, because we're not gonna be staying out too late, might do a little bit of sprinkling, magic, divination, card readings, spirit contact.
Something about the costumes is freeing. There's a magic there that I don't know if I can put my finger on what it actually is. Do you have an idea?
Where?
Like on Halloween, when you wear that costume, you're in it.
Yeah, it's like a form of diving into the magical realm. Like it's like crossing the veil in order to, like, some people choose archetypes, some people choose characters, some people choose like whatever. That's the energy that you want to be in. That's the energy that you're manifesting, as far as looks, beauty, movement, energy, history. So you're tapping into that energy, whatever costume you're choosing, you're tapping into that energy because that's what you're secretly drawn to when the veil is thin. So whatever you're drawn to be for Halloween when the veil is thin, keep that in your subconscious mind because like study that and decode it.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just made it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I know in ancient Sumeria, we had a concept that we called high magic,
Mm-hmm.
and that was what is called ceremonial magic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was exactly what you explained.
Yep. So whatever you're attracted to being, study it and see why.
The role playing
Mm-hmm.
is the same thing, it's the same magic that actors tap into, the same exact magic that we can tap into on Halloween with the veil thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ever like see an actor, they play a role so good that you love that actor or you don't like that actor because they played it so well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same magic.
Mm-hmm. They tapped into that energy and became it.
Right? So, hey, my money people out here, dress you might want to role play as a billionaire,
Yeah, dress up.
right?
Vampires are rich, and they can get more.
Tap into that. Hey, I'm gonna be Warren Buffett.
That's good.
Oh, I gotta pick somebody that's dead.
Somebody asking is today or tomorrow the best day to manifest money?
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The veil is super duper duper thin right now. So tonight and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Both. Do your money rituals. Dress up like a billionaire. Vampires are always rich. There ain't no broke vampire.
I got a good money ritual for y'all. Go to the casino, dress up with a nice outfit, and role play being a multi-millionaire or billionaire.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. If you live near casinos, yeah. Someone says put a crown on.
Yeah. I mean, be a queen. I think what's the queen I learned about? Queen Anna the Terrible. I learned about her last night.
Mm-hmm.
She was so wealthy.
Yeah. Dress up. You can have more than one costume. You could switch it up. You can in the daytime you can be this, and nighttime be that. I switch it up. I have 2-3 costumes.
And it ain't too late.
Mm-mm.
Put anything together if it's last minute and just tap in. Just tap in. Just take on that persona. That is high magic.
Is there anything you say don't dress up as?
I mean, I probably wouldn't. Like some people put on costumes where they're like a prisoner.
Oh no!
You ever seen that? They got the old school Joe outfit on. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't dress up like you don't want to end up. Okay.
Yes, don't do that. I see a lot of those. They got the orange outfit on. I'm like, nah.
You can play like that. I don't want to put that out into the universe.
I would say you could be anything except that.
Okay, good idea. unless you done broke free, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, because they escaped, but they still on the run. Okay, what do you think about? Okay, you know the movie Sinners. You seen all the costumes for Sinners? It's crazy. They got the costumes in the Spirit Halloween store for Smoke and Stack and like all the center characters. It's funny.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. On TikTok, you can see all of the people dressing up like the center characters.
Hey, that's cool. I feel like
Oh.
in Sinners when they was in the ballroom, that was Halloween for the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. They were all in liberation and enjoyment and all of that stuff.
Veil had thinned and all the ancestors had come back.
The ancestors came through. They went back in time a little bit. Like that was Halloween right there.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of what the veil thinning is. Like everything
Yeah.
through at the same time and party together.
And all of that magic in that moment is what we can see during Halloween.
Mm-hmm. And then vampires are trying to get in and get it.
Right.
And one of the twins became a vampire. And he lived, he let his brother live, and he let that dude live because you got to come in as a vampire to the vampire's ball if you want to make it out alive.
Yeah, I really like that movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was I gonna say? Oh, someone said Diddy played a convict in Monsters Ball, and now look where he at.
I remember that movie came out what 1998.
Don't dress up like a convict. I don't care what you do. Even if they pay, say no, thank you. I'm good. Mm-mm. You know, there are actors that have in their contract that they can't play certain roles, can't die in their roles because people believe that type of stuff so intensely that they will not die on the screen, or if they do die, they're gonna come back alive because if they will.
I think the deepest occult movie I watched was the Joker movie, and I think the guy died, but he played that role so well. And maybe if I tell you don't be something, maybe don't be a clown. Because a clown is a version of demon, a very high energy of demon. And Native American science is called a Hayoka. And those energetics are very real and they are immensely demonic. And I probably would not play with those energetics because those are very advanced Native American spirits.
So no clowns, no.
Yeah, I would leave the clowns alone.
Okay. Thank you for the recommendation of not what not to wear. Keanu says they were a rogue assassin 1 year ago and got many compliments.
I like that. Me personally, I like the ninja stuff.
That's nice too. So, yeah, no clowns. So, what do you think about dressing up as an ancestor? Like, you know, Dia de los Muertos, they have like the skeletal, you know, face paint and, you know, tuxedo and dresses. What about dressing up like an ancestor?
I like that, especially if you are somewhat aligned with the culture. There are realms where those spirits exist and they have the appearance of the skeleton and all of that. So I really like that there are several metropolis in the ancestor realms where they exist. They play music and all of that stuff.
What about dressing up as the Grim Reaper? Or a zombie?
A zombie? Okay, so dressing up as the Grim Reaper or a zombie. I don't have an issue with it, but I feel like if you're not in the priest or high sorcerer class of things, when you're too close to that, you're not gonna understand why things are taking you so consistently to the dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have an issue with it. But if you see so many consistencies with death, then you may or may not be built for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm just asking for people that's trying to get some costume ideas. What maybe would you
Yeah.
say?
Unless you about that life, don't be the Grim Reaper.
Okay. I mean, don't do it if you can't do it.
Right.
So thank you for confirming literally. Okay, yeah. So we don't want y'all to be dressing up like some stuff y'all don't want to end up as.
Right.
Okay. So what are you going? Are you dressing up? Or you just gonna be?
Um, I'm gonna wear a. I'm not dressing up. I'm gonna wear a nice suit because I'm conducting rituals. So I'm not dressing up. I am gonna have my wand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be doing my magic tomorrow. But I'm not dressing up though.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I probably might. I don't know. But I'm that all already. So I'm dressing up as what I already am. So it don't matter. Just put
Yeah. Hey,
ass
what
on.
is the most elaborate thing you ever dressed up for as Halloween?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, you was MJ. Oh yeah, you said that earlier.
2 years for like 2 times. I was also the nun from the movie The Nun. I had the makeup and everything and the contacts. I think I have it on YouTube one year. I was, I was so many things. I do too much,
Is there any costume that you had that stood out supernaturally?
The Nun.
Mm.
I think that was the most the one because I did the makeup and everything with the yellow contacts and the habit and everything. Like that was the one that got people like. So yeah, that one. I think that was the scariest one that I did. Supernaturally.
What happened when you dressed up as Michael Jackson?
Um, Men and women wanted me. I went out, I was out and about. People were trying to take pictures with me. People were like rushing to get to me, talking about they love me. They were drunk. They were like, I don't know how to feel about you. Are you a man or a woman? It don't even matter. They were buying me drinks. So it was crazy. It was like experiencing what it was like to be famous because you're dressed like someone so famous. That was a very interesting experience, and it was almost too much for me. That's why I stopped dressing up like Michael Jackson for Halloween because people go crazy when you dress like Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just shared a lot of occult secrets as far as like dressing up and tapping into certain energies on Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Wow.
people are go crazy over MJ and probably other celebrities if you could pull it off and look like them. They just the look of it is going to attract that energy. So yeah, that was the most attention that I've ever gotten in my life. Okay.
Wow. That
Mhm.
says a lot
Yes. And
about the power of Halloween.
all walks of life, all colors, all ages, all genders, everybody was attracted to me as Michael Jackson. It was
You said that was the most attention you got in your life.
mm-hmm.
And I
in my
feel like you already get a lot of attention.
but
That's
this before
yeah.
that,
Yeah. Okay.
bro,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that
That's deep though.
I still got more attention dressed up like Michael Jackson than I get as myself.
That's crazy.
Mhm. It is. So
So, what, in your opinion, would you say that Halloween may be the most powerful day of magic?
hmm yeah, because you can, depending on what you dressed up like, you could get a lot of energy, a lot of everything. You can pull energy depending on what you dress up like. You can get attention, you can attract money, you can attract wealth, you can attract blah, 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 depending on what you dress up like, you know. You people are attracted to certain things, and especially on Halloween, you can pull in a lot of energy on Halloween, in my opinion.
So, the next question I got is, how long can we say that the energy that we conjured on Halloween, how long can it last?
Depending on what you gonna do with it, you know. Are you gonna manifest with it and to last longer? Are you going to, are you going to use it for a ritual or a spell? Because energy doesn't, it can't disappear. It just transforms. So what you putting it into? Um, a lot of people use it for divination. A lot of people use it in spell work. A lot of people just, use it just to feel good for that day. So it just depends on what you're using it for.
Okay. So, I made my mind up. I'm
If
gonna be
you
Warren. No, he's alive. I'm gonna be Walt Disney,
okay,
and I hope it lasts for 10 years.
if you
I'm gonna just wear a suit. I Walt Disney.
You can wear it. Okay, get you some crystals and put them in your pockets so that you can absorb.
Yeah. Right.
Take pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. So preserve the moment, get crystals, absorb the energy, take the picture. You can
Yeah.
video. You can like regain the energy through video. Okay. So yeah, that's my take on it. Well, you have anything else to add?
That is all. Oh, nope, not really. Uh, I'm doing Halloween magic. Text me. You
Okay, yeah.
text me tonight. I will respond to you by tomorrow morning.
I'm putting your information up here. It's also
Yes, please text me.
phone number.
Money, love, protection,
Mhm.
mostly money. I want to do billionaire magic. That's what we doing tomorrow. Yeah, billionaire magic. I'm gonna have my whole coven with me. So please text me billionaire magic, and if you text me tonight, you will definitely get a response. If you text me tomorrow, it's gonna be hard for me to respond because a lot of people are gonna hit me up.
Okay, so get in so you can get into the billionaire magic.
That's right.
Okay, okay, one more question. What kind of crystal should we wear with our costumes? Visionary says.
Quartz.
Yeah, quartz.
Quartz for several reasons. So they scientists discovered that where most ghost sightings occur is where there is a lot of quartz. Quartz is great because it holds onto memory and is a amplifier in any and everything. And a lot of the old school watches, not the digital ones, but a lot of the old school tick watches have a quartz crystal in it,
hmm
and that is the vibration that is consistent with helping us to measure and manage time. So if there's any crystal for Halloween, it absolutely is quartz.
hmm Put the quartz in there in your pockets.
That's right.
Absorb that energy and take it with you into.
Yes.
Okay, well, that was a good question. So Happy early Halloween, y'all. Make sure y'all
Happy
doing
early
y'all
Halloween.
hit up Terrane and his coven and get your billionaire ritual.
That's right.
And I will see y'all later. Thank you, Terrane.
Peace.
All right. Peace. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. I'll see y'all later. Happy Halloween.